Good morning, everybody. I hope that you are well this morning, and I hope that you are managing best you can through this crazy period in our lives. I have been asked to share a wee bit on my experience of lockdown, and I think the topic this week is accountability. And thinking back, I need to be honest and say that the initial lockdown in March last year, it was not a good time in my life. Prior to that, I had become quite distant and disconnected from church and from God. So when the restrictions were implemented in March, I really struggled. I felt completely suffocated. I felt that I wasn't coping. It was just a really dark period in my life, and I justified my disconnection to God and to church come March with the lockdown, with COVID. I decided that church was closed and that wasn't an option. And I went. Not doing very well. So come June, when things I think had actually eased a wee bit by then, I was in a worse place than ever. I was just lost and broken. Externally, everything seemed okay. I was still at work and no much had changed, but I came to realise that I was relying on my own faulty resources to try and cope with life, and I've learned many times in the past that I can't really do that. I need God, so I got on my knees and I asked him for help again, and he came to my rescue as always. What happened was in June there was an Alpha course that started on a Sunday night, and I joined that and I absolutely loved it. I made great friends, we had great fun. It just made me feel completely connected again to church, and I learned so much and I loved it. So much that when it came to an end, and then it became a Sunday night Bible study, I religiously log on to that every week, and the love and support and encouragement I get from that group, and also the Tuesday night Bible study that I joined, and the Thursday night women's group, I couldn't cope without them. And it's reflected in how I've managed the latter part of last year into this year, when the restrictions started to creep back in September time. At no point have I struggled. At no point have I struggled. I wake up every day with gratitude in my heart, with joy in my heart, peace in my heart. I truly believe that this is just a season in our lives that will come to an end, and I'll reflect back on it fondly and remember that that's when God came to my rescue yet again. But I had to become accountable. And realise that it wasn't COVID. It wasn't COVID that was making me struggle with life. It was me yet again. And the only thing that helps me is God, in church, and being connected, and so religiously I do not miss my groups now, week to week. I don't really have an excuse at the moment with COVID, but I made the decision that God is so faithful to me. The least I can do is tune into the things that are good for me, that allow him to work in my life. And I was thinking about a scripture for this morning, and I came across it. It's really simple. It's 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 13. It says, "If we are faithless, he remains faithful, for he cannot disown himself." And that is my experience. God is so faithful even when we are not. But I make the decision every morning to try to remain accountable, and give back to God, even just a fraction of what he's given me in these groups. And I would encourage anybody that that maybe feels isolated with everything that's going on, if you're not part of one of these groups, then join. They are available, and I'm so grateful for the emotional support. And actually, things at the end of last year, circumstances, things were actually a wee bit worse, I would say. There wasn't the sunshine to escape into in the back, and I dealt with some difficult situations, some heartbreak and pain, and God just carried me through. So yeah, thank you all for listening, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. I'm really excited for the day to come, that we can all be together again in our church home in Parkhead.